Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Fanique. I'm Fanique, and today we're talking about iTips. So let's jump right in. And there are chapters below if you want to fast forward or whatever. First, let's start by defining what iTips are, because I think there's a lot of confusion. I actually have had them for the last 6 months, and for me, I had a hard time really finding a lot of information around them. I had a really hard time kind of just like really learning for them beyond just what my hairstyles provided. I found some things in different places like TikTok and Instagram and very little on YouTube. So I want to make this comprehensive video to answer all the questions I have for you so you don't have them anymore. You know what's what. Period. So let's define tape-ins, microlinks, and iTips. So iTips are a type of microlink. It is where a strand of hair is attached to your hair using a bead. There's no glue or anything that could damage your hair necessarily. It's just a little round bead where your hair is attached. Microlinks are wefts, and so iTips are a type of microlink. The microlinks that are wefts are longer strands of hair that are attached to your hair and with beads. It's that simple. And tape-ins, a lot of you probably already know what that is. It's when they use medical grade glue to tape in hair into yours. And it's something like a clip-in, but not quite, because they're using tape. So it's a level of, for me, a level of risk for your girl, because I'm not the hair girl. I'm not the hair guru. Okay? No. I went with iTips for several reasons. First, I wanted to be able to put my hands on my scalp and really scratch my scalp. And these are iTips, by the way. But I went into my scalp and I wanted to be able to scratch my scalp. I wanted to be able to wash my hair. I wanted more access to my scalp because I suffer from seborrheic dermatitis. I have some scalp issues at times. And I just really wanted to have access to my scalps. Also, the versatility is wider because since it is strands of hair attached, I can do a lot more hairstyles versus with the wefts or a wig, which I've historically always worn. I'm a wig girl. I got 10 in the closet right now. Okay, so for me, I definitely thought this was the best option, and baby, I've loved it for the last 6 months. I can see myself doing it again, but I do have to say it's quite pricey, so let's get into the cost. So first and foremost, it's an investment. But when you spend the type of money I do on wigs or braids, and if you're a black woman, you know how much things be costing. This is also an investment. I have to say, over the last 6 months, I'm not mad. So for the cost, when we're talking buying iTips, like if you were getting a sew-in, you have to also buy the hair. Okay, I use kinky because I'm the kind of person who I want my edges to match my hair, because my edges are straight up what they are, 4C or D, if that exists. So I want the hair to closely resemble that kinkiness. I like that. That's my vibe. That's the kind of vibe that I be on. I like that kinkiness. I like that realness. I like my hair to look very natural as much as possible. So that's what we're doing here. That's what I have in my head. When it came to buying the bundles, 3 bundles of 18-inch kinky cost me $430. You can get them for different prices, but also remember, you always get what you pay for. So if you spend a lot of money on something and you get it from your hairstylist and they're telling you it's good quality, expect that it's good quality. I've been able to keep this hair in for the last, we're going into about 7-8 months with the same hair, utilizing the same hair. I did buy 3 bundles, but the thing about the 3 bundles is I didn't need them. I only needed 2. We used maybe 1.5, and over the course of the time, we've been able to switch out hair as, you know, as we see fit, as if I want to change colors, etc., etc. The actual iTips do not last forever. There is a glue around the tip, around kind of the tips around them to bind that strand of hair together, and that can weaken over time with the reuses. So you know, you will have to buy new hair. It's not gonna be able to use the hair like forever. You're gonna have to buy new hair. And I'm coming up on Like, I'm coming up on needing to buy new hair in December or January when I get my hair done. And we're currently in October and this video is being done. I just got fresh iTip, the fresh install. So yeah. So just like if you're getting your sew-in, you have to pay for the iTips, the hair separately from the service. The service ranges anywhere from, like, I want to say $400 to $550. Yeah, I think it ranges from around there. For most people who get it done, I pay $450. It's on my hairstylist website, and I'll make sure that that hairstylist is linked below. But let's get into the process. It's 5.5 hours to get them done. You're sitting there 5.5 hours. My hairstylist is washing, blow drying, flat ironing, trimming my own hair, and then sitting and installing piece by piece in these little, like, the amount of patience you need. It's like getting your hair braided. It's 5.5 hours. You're sitting there, getting your hair done. Yeah. So it's quite a long time, but they last for 3 months, so that's always pretty nice. Let's talk maintenance. So for maintenance, there's a few things I have to say. So for maintenance, I was getting my hair done every 2 weeks. I was getting my hair washed, blow dried, because I just find that I didn't know what I was doing. It was just a lot. It was just a lot. Like, washing, blow drying, having to make sure that right above where the beads are, where the root of your hair is, that you're making sure you're drying that. Like, it's just kind of a lot for me. So I was paying for that, but because I have seborrheic dermatitis, I need to wash my hair on a weekly basis at this time. So I am washing my own hair every week. It is a process. It takes me 3.5 hours to wash, condition, blow dry, flat iron, and or curl my iTips. And yes, they come out sometimes, guys. I hate to tell you, but they come out sometimes. And when they do, I can't put them back in because you use a tool and I can't see the back of my head that well. So I don't, but I just set them to the side. And when I go in for my maintenance in about a month and a half, in November, she'll put them back in. She'll tighten up my beads and we'll truck right on along. During this process, your hair is growing. My hair has probably grown 6 inches in the last few months, and I've always kind of struggled a little bit with retaining my retaining hair, like retaining length. So it's been super helpful to be able to do this. I don't put a lot of heat on my hair. I'm not putting heat on my hair every day at all. Now that I'm washing and blow drying my own hair, I am now putting heat on once a week. I'm also using a heat protectant, which is very helpful for me. So yeah, I literally have to, and I'm using that before I blow dry even. So yes, and one thing about doing your own, like blow drying your own hair with iTips in, you have to dry the roots in order so your hair can get a little bit flat. So you're drying those roots. Make sure you dry them as much as you can and get your hair completely dry before you start to do a flat iron or a curl or whatever. There are different textures, by the way, that you can buy. I prefer kinky, so that's what I have. It's recommended. My hairstylist would probably love if I came in every 2 months to get them redone. But nah, I'm going in every 3 months, and anything longer than that, no, I do not recommend. I did this last time longer than 3 months, and it was just kind of a lot more. The hair was just, it was not ideal. It was not an ideal situation. It was just not as full because they were hanging off, like, so as your hair grows, okay, so I put it like this: as your hair grows, the beads get further and further down. So even if you get them tighten up and you just keep it, let it grow, you're gonna have to get them taken out so you can actually wash your hair and reinstall all of your beads and everything. You don't want them hanging too far off the strands, your real strands of hair, because then they just come out and you don't want to be out of public with your hair just oh. You know, gotta be, you might not want to be out there like that. If you don't mind, that's your business. But I don't want to be out there like that. I wouldn't recommend that for you guys. So it's just very important to kind of put that out there. The biggest pro is the fact that it looks natural. It looks very natural, and you still get the length and everything. Like, I love how natural it looks. Like, it's my favorite vibe about the whole thing. It's the most natural hairstyle I've had with extensions in ever. The way my hair's been growing. My hair's been growing so well, and it's helped me retain length, and I have a healthier scalp, so the health of my hair overall is just so much better. And that's been one of my biggest takeaways. It is extremely beneficial for my hair and my scalp issues, and just having a sensitive scalp or dry scalps, dermatitis in your scalp, what have you. It's just been so insanely helpful, guys. Those are my two big pros. I think my cons are washing and blow drying it myself. Really, my biggest con is cost. I either have to spend 3 to 3.5 hours washing, blow drying, and all of that myself, or I have to spend money to have someone else do it for me, and I still have to spend that time sitting there and getting it done. So to me, that's the nature of getting your hair done. But for me, the cost or the time is a con, just because you ain't got to do all that with a wig normally. So that, I would definitely say that's a con for me. One of the other cons is the fact that the beads can come out and pull some of your hair out if you're rough with your hair, and so you can have your hair break off if you're pulling it with the beads, if you let it grow out too long and it comes out some kind of way when you're like get it stuck in your coat or something. Just being rough with your hair is not the best here, so it has taught me to be a little bit more gentle with my hair. But you can also have like a little area where hair is missing because you snatched it out being rough with the beads. That has happened to me. It was a very small area because, again, she parted small strands of my hair, so it wasn't a larger one, but that has been I would definitely say a con. Overall, would I do this again? Obviously, I've been doing it for 6 months and I've had a good experience, and my hair has grown a lot, probably about 6 inches. So I would definitely do it a million times. I plan on keeping them for a while, as long as my budget permits, okay? Because we're about to go into recession, honey. And the girl will put the wigs back on in a heartbeat, okay? But for the time being, I really love them. I think the best season to get them, if you are natural, and I'm 100% natural, by the way, would be the fall and winter. I would say the fall and winter more than anything, the fall, because you don't have to worry about humidity hitting your hair, and next thing you know, you're a big puff in Dubai with your iTips like I was. So I would definitely say this is the season, this is the time to get them if you want them. Summer works too. You can get a keratin treatment in the summertime, so your hair is a little bit straighter if you're natural and you really want it to be straighter. You get kinky hair like I do, flat iron it, hope for the best. Blow dry it out real good, that kind of thing. But I highly recommend it. I love it. If you have any questions, comment below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on TikTok and Instagram for more content similar to this, because I have talked a lot about my iTips on TikTok. And if you are interested in learning more about my experience, comment below. I'll answer questions. If you're interested in a wash day with my iTips in, comment below and I'll shoot that video as well. I'm about to wash them actually after this video. So if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me on any of those platforms that I'm on, that you can find me on. And I hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful. Bye.